What's going on, everybody? John Anthony, Chair Shot Sports, a Sport Coin affiliate, and as always, powered by Zoa Energy. Happy Saturday, everybody! Hopefully, everybody is having an amazing Fourth of July weekend. Fireworks on Friday night. Speaking of fireworks, though, this past Thursday on TNA Impact, man, we are definitely almost onto the off ramp, on directly on the road to Slammiversary in a couple weeks, July 20th in Long Island, New York. This pay per view is definitely this is obviously the WrestleMania, if you will, of TNA. Definitely building and definitely being stacked up as one of the biggest pay per views they've had in a long, long time. A lot of great matchups, a lot of great matches, a lot of titles on the line. So let's jump right into it and talk about it real quick. We kick off Impact, obviously. Indy Hartwell makes her way down, wants to sit ringside to watch the Inspiration, Tessa Blanchard, and Victoria Crawford, the two tag teams getting it on. Then we obviously go backstage. We have the Elegance brand also making sure they're taking a look and watching very closely at any tag teams that are wrestling who could be viable competitors for those knockout tag championships. Um, Great back and forth. It's great to see with the Inspiration doing that ring. Obviously, as that beautiful children, they come back. Looks like they haven't even missed a step. The crowd still pops for them. The music is great. They're reinventing themselves into this form of their tag team. Did awesome stuff with the Iconics and over in WWE. Um, I'm a huge fan of Tessa Blanchard as well, of what she does in the ring, her character, everything she does on TV. I like that. Uber heel heat, white heel heat. She deals right into it. Definitely love it. And obviously, Victoria Crawford is an oldie but goodie. She's awesome at what she does too. Great match, back and forth. It was awesome on all accounts on both teams. Obviously, Tessa gets thrown out toward Indy while she's out there, her and Indy throwing back and forth. She's getting in Indy's face. The Idolizer gets hit on Victoria Crawford, 1, 2, 3, and the Inspiration walks out of there with a win over them. Obviously, from that, Tessa and Indy start going at it, tussling out there, throwing each other around on top of the announce table, going into the crowd. Indy's halfway up into the crowd. They're going at it. It has been made official at Slammiversary. It will be Indy Hartwell and it will be Tessa Blanchard in a one-on-one match at Slammiversary. So that match itself is going to slap. Indy Hartwell does amazing work, and Tessa Blanchard is great as well. Very, very excited to see that match, and a great way to kick off Impact. This show was awesome. Did not skip a beat at any point. We go from there. We go to and we then talk about the Elegance brand. And the Inspiration with that win, they are now in a match at Slammiversary in Long Island. They are going for those knockout tag championships. Honestly, man, this might be. I'm not to throw predictions out because we're going to be doing a prediction show in a couple weeks, but I don't know, man. The Inspiration, you got to pick a time for Elegance brand to lose these belts, man. And if you're going to do it to somebody, do it for the Inspiration. Like the work they've done coming back, like I said, what they did as the Iconics, they left, they started some amazing families. They come back to TNA, over as hell, crowds popping, they're great in the ring. The Idolizer is a very good finishing move tag team wise. Give them the belts. Let's do it. Come on, let's make it happen at Slammiversary. Let them hold it for a couple months. We keep moving on down the road, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, excited for both those matches. Named pretty early on in the episode on Thursday. Excuse me, on Thursday. So very, very happy. Slammiversary is looking great. We might be there. Chair Shot Sports might have boots on the ground. Might be able to get there on the 20th. So stay tuned for that. We might be there live doing coverage and stuff like that. So that might be a thing as well. Then we have Tasha Steeles come out, obviously, and the Great Hands coming out, talking about the situation right now with Mustafa Ali. Ever since Mustafa Ali came up short in his title chase, he's not been the same man. Volatile, very isolated, very away from everybody else. Um, Tasha had no choice but to go to the past to help the future for Mustafa. Had to go. Um, she had to call Cedric Alexander, man. And great to see Cedric back, man. Again, if you watch WWE, you watch 205 Live, awesome, awesome stuff. The history between the two of these gents is amazing. And Cedric brings that up. He brings up 205 Live. He brings up the history between the two of them and how they've carried it and how John Cena sat front row and watched them at WrestleMania while they had their WrestleMania moment. Well, Cedric had his WrestleMania moment, whereas he's the one who won said match at WrestleMania. Um, And pretty much he's like, I'm here to help. After a second, Ali kind of looks around. He just pushes the hand off. He goes, I don't need your effing help, bro. I don't want your help. What I want is my main event. What I want is my vindication. What I want is a win over the one person I have not been able to beat, and that's you, Cedric. Cedric, I want you at Slammiversary in Long Island. And then obviously we go to commercial. We come back from commercial. That match has been made official as well. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's just I got to get the Slammiversary, man. Whatever I got to do, I got to get there. But this card is just a slap. But this week's show was great as well. Again, it did not the hits did not stop after that. We go right into the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship match. Masha Slamovich, Killer Kelly in a chain match. Um, think think bull rope match in WWE. Now with chains. Dude, these ladies can go. Killer Kelly is obviously amazing, awesome athlete. But Masha, man, I'm telling, ooh, man, Mama Jamma, man, I'm telling you, Slamovich is awesome. She's been such a great champion, defending all the time and such great matches in doing so as well. Um, this chain match is great. Kelly had Slamovich on the ropes, figuratively and literally, so many times, utilizing that chain in such a great way. So close to getting 1, 2, 3 counts on so many occasions. But that's why Masha is still your TNA Knockouts Women's Champion. She gets behind Killer Kelly, gets her in the rear, almost a rear naked choke with the chain. Kelly has obviously no choice but to choke out. Masha retains and is still your TNA Knockouts champion. Again, amazing match, amazing stuff. Love it. This show, I can't keep saying it. Like this Impact was awesome, hard hitting, did not stop from start to finish. But we're not done here. JC Jane comes out with the rest of Fatal Influence, attacking Slamovich, putting the boots to her. Eventually, the cavalry comes down. They help out Masha, and JC walks away. Saw her looking very particularly, if you will, at that TNA Knockouts Championship in her hand and walking away saying she will run both brands as well. Um, as we move on, come to find out, it has been noted and has been signed, sealed, delivered with a lot of calls, a lot of emails, according to Santino. Um, it is official. It is going to be happening. Whoever the winner of JC Jane and Jordan Grace is at Evolution will be facing off against Masha Slamovich in a title versus title match at Slammiversary. Now, again, I've already seen the things online. This is not a winner take all. This is not a unification. I think they've gotten away from that a little bit. They understand like you can have two people fight for titles and have double champs. You can have Masha 2 belts. You can have Jordan 2 belts. With that being said, this match was a little too quick for me. Not to say they don't swerve and JC Jane wins and goes on, and maybe Masha is the one who has the double belt, seeing as Trick Williams is walking around the TNA World Championship in NXT. But this kind of party tells you that Jordan Grace is gonna win at Evolution and get hurt that NXT belt, and then she's gonna face off against Masha. Those two, obviously, former TNA, now NXT. And so much story there between the two of them, as she's the one who took it off of Jordan Grace. Now Jordan wants to get it back, that kind of stuff. So the storyline can be great, and I'm sure it will be great. And maybe JC Jane, they swerve everybody, and she's the one who goes on. But having it the week after, and Jordan Grace is fighting for the championship, little too telling for me, but we'll see how it happens. We'll see how they get it done. Maybe it all depends on the end. Maybe it all depends on the finish of the match. If anyone interferes, anything like that. But I'm here for it. JC Jane, I know a lot of people call her a transitional champion. I think she's doing a lot of great work, and the fact she's working in spite of that. She does see she reads that on the line. She hears the hate. You're just there holding that until Jordan's ready, or insert name here. So I do like how she's feeding into that. Definitely doing a great job as being an NXT Women's Champion down there. Obviously rocking with Fatal Influence as well. So shout out to JC Jane, man. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. And whether you do lose at Evolution or not, man, at least you lose it to Jordan Grace. I mean, not for nothing. We all thought Jordan was going to be called up already at this point. There was speculation of her popping up on the Blue brand. But she's still down there. Maybe this is where they pull the trigger. They give her the NXT belt. She goes to TNA. Masha wins the belts. And then Jordan's able to kind of go and ascend up to the main roster, and they have someone go and take it away from Masha, all that stuff. So A lot of avenues, a lot of storylines. All I know is it's gonna be damn good watching it go down. Then we go into Eric Young. Eric Young, I mean, obviously a very dark individual, very closeted individual. Keeps a lot of feelings into himself. Doesn't really let a lot of people know what he's going to be getting done. Plays it close to the chest. Is getting a little frustrated, taking some L's, and takes it out on the Northern Armory. Like it's just like you boys are with me or are you against me? You're letting me down. And he's like, maybe I just need to put the dirt on you boys and put you with the rest of the bodies. In other words, kick him to the curb and move off on his own, which Eric Young does more better than probably anybody else in the industry of being a lone wolf. Um, the Northern Armor is like, listen, we'll do anything for you. And he's like, prove it. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that goes down. What they end up getting done on next week, or even at Slammiversary going into that. So I'm interested to see what they get done to prove themselves, prove their worth, and prove their merit to one Eric Young. And again, be back. Get a little commercial. Get a minute. Go grab a beer real quick. Hit the bathroom. You got to come back. My man Eddie Edwards and Matt Cardona are on our television, man. Anytime Matt Cardona is on TV, shut up. Tell everyone else to stop what they're doing. Put the phone down and pay attention because it's a class act in that ring, baby. Awesome match. I like what they're doing here, though. I love the system. Huge fan of the system. I love them. Love Moose. Love all of them. But Myers coming down to talk to Eddie, and then Cardona's able to get his former partner, mind you, and now he's able to get the roll up on Eddie Edwards for the 1, 2, 3, and that's just you just see the dissension seeping into the system. It happens a lot. They do a lot of this like every 2, 3 months. They plan like the guys against each other with the history and all this other stuff. They're well probably other than probably Judgment Day, well obviously Bloodline, but outside of WWE, they're probably one of the better factions in wrestling. Obviously, you have the Death Riders over in AEW, but for what they are, man, how's the longevity, as much gold that Death Riders have been great. They held the trios. John Moxley's your AEW champion. At one point, System had all the gold, just like the Judgment Day, Bloodline. So they're up there. That'd be a nice discussion we should probably have at some point. Like, talk about in the comments as well. Let me know where you would put the 4 of those, or the 5, I should say. Is there 5 of those? So we have Judgment Day, Bloodline, the System, Death Riders. I guess you can put Callis family, maybe if you want. I feel like there's gonna be number 5 because nobody likes Don Callis, so maybe that's the case. But they're definitely a big faction out there. They're definitely getting it done, and I really love what they do together. So we talk about that. Whatever. We go into Matt Cardona is like he's when the lights go out, everyone's flashing around. Guess who's in the impact zone, baby? Guess who crossed the line? Dark State, baby. Oh my God. If I don't pop for a lot of stuff, this is one of them on tonight, man. I'm telling you, Dark State. You know what this means? Because do you know what this means if you're a WWE guy and you watch TNA and you like both? Let's say you like the smorgasbord, you like the buffet, you watch it all. Do you know what Dark State attacking Matt Cardona on TNA means? We could possibly get Matt Cardona back in NXT this week or next. So excited to have him back on WWE television. It's only a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, baby. Matt's going to be coming back home. I'm telling you, we all know, and you can tell me, you can say in the comments that a lot of people do it all the time. He's obviously doing a great job at what he does. He flies the indies, man. He's in TNA. He does other jobs. He's in GCW. He's doing all this stuff. But eventually, you want to go home. You want to be more with the wife. You want to be with Chelsea Green more up on the on the bus, traveling the roads. He's probably going to be on SmackDown. I mean, Chelsea Green, or maybe they both go over to Raw. That could be a thing too. A lot of opportunities. But Matt Cardona being at NXT in a week or two to combat or fight some of Dark State, or Matt getting with other people to help combat them. Yo, shut up and take my money. I am here for that all day, every day, 3 times on Sunday. So very, very excited to see that. Shout out to TNA production, man. This Leon Slater package, I was moved. I was moved by it, man. Obviously, you see a lot of this stuff, the childhood dream, and always wanted to be a wrestler. And obviously, a lot of people. Everyone has their own story. Everyone has their baggage. Everyone has their comeuppance of how they get there. But this was such a touching and inspiring story of what Leon has done and what he's endured in his life. And a lot of people do the same thing, but it doesn't always have a happy ending. It doesn't always have that gold trim around it, right? You have some successes, maybe more downfalls than success, whatever it may be. But what Slater is looking to do with Slammiversary and get that exhibition championship and just really grab the brass ring and ring the bell. And everyone in TNA is pulling for that man, and I'm just so happy to see him getting this opportunity. Big Moose fan just said it 3 breaths ago. But Leon walking out of there with that championship, man, at Slammiversary, at the biggest pay per view that TNA puts on, man, it's if you're not, yeah, I'm not crying, you're crying. Like if your heart's not racing, man, you gotta check your pulse because that's gonna be a hell of a match. See what you want about Moose having that championship, but Moose gets it done in the ring. He's a great wrestler as well. So I'm very very excited to see what they do at Slammiversary. Him and Slater, but the package was amazing, so well done. Yeah, Robert gave me some reminders and remnants of the Triple H comeback ones when Edge was coming back, those kind of things. Love that stuff. Uh, Jump right back into it. Nice feel good moment. No. We got to get back in that ring, start beating the hell out of each other. Steve Macklin makes his way down to the ring. Your international champion. Beautiful belt, man. I'm telling you, hopefully I have it on one side of me for one of these shows sooner than later. He's down there at ringside to watch Mance Warner and Jake something get it on. Obviously, a wrong handed punch. Um, from Mance into the face of Steve, and that just sets everything ablaze. Everybody going nuts. It is rumored. I don't know. I have not, as of this recording. I think it's supposed to be a three-way dance for the international championship, has been confirmed. But it does end in DQ. No one wins. Neither three of these guys beat the hell out of each other. So if that match is a thing that is happening at Slammiversary, one, even more of a reason for me to get tickets. Two, that match might just steal the show. Those three gentlemen are hard hitting, ground and pound, just beat the hell out of somebody and then keep going for more. Whoever walks out of that, whether it's Macklin, there are rumors that Steve's contract is up soon. He is being looked at WWE to call him up. He's being compared to a new Steve Blackman. So we'll see what happens there. But if he does give that up and he goes, I mean, I feel like Mance might be the guy to get that. But Jake something really should get some title work here, man. The dude is doing yeoman's work on a weekly basis and just taking L's. Even when he gets wins, they're not the greatest. Dude, put the belt on that man. Jesus. You got Steph to land if you're Mance. You're fine. You don't need a title. You're fine. You just keep doing what you're doing. But that's gonna be a great match to watch as well once that's inked and announced for Slammiversary. Um, Zach Wentz, Nick Nemeth, awesome match. There's only so many. You go, I do these, and we talk about matches, and we're like, great match, hard hitting, high flying. Some of these matches are just so good. As all you can say is, great match. It's a great match, man. They did what they had to do. Um, Obviously, Ryan Nemeth comes down as he always does. Cannot just stay in the back. Has to interfere to help out Nick. Nick at that point gets the super kick, hits the danger zone, gets the 1, 2, 3 on Zach, and they walk out of there, leading into the what a wild fatal 4-way tag ladder match at Slammiversary, man. Yo, I'm just the Nemeths, the Hollywood blondes, I like to call them Hollywood heels, if you will. Um, First class, the Hardys, and of course, you have Wentz and Company. So I just that match is going to be, dude. I think this might be first class's time to come out of here, man. Because I don't think anyone's going to pick them. This might be AJ Francis's time to grab that belt, man. Because we all know he doesn't like ladders. But no, this might be first class's time to shine. But we'll see what happens as we get closer on. We got a prediction show coming in about a week and a half. Gonna have a couple people on to talk about it and see how everyone feels about those matches as we run into it. And then we went into the debut episode of Kazarian's new show, The King's Speech. And obviously, in heel fashion, he's got to bring Trick out and just kind of applaud this man and put him on the pedestal. He's also out there with Mike Santana and with Joe Hendry. And obviously, just making fun and just having his way with those two in typical heel fashion. It's almost like Trick and him are just ganging up on Joe and Mike Santana. Um, Santana had great points, great points, man. I'm just now that it's those three of those in the main event. First it was Hendry, and then it was Trey, and then they threw Santana in. That tells me something. That tells me something because it's like I feel like Trick doesn't get pinned here. Hendry eats the L from Santana, so Trick is protected. So Trick can go back to NXT. I don't think he keeps coming back to go for the title. I mean, he's going to lose. He's going to be mad, but then he goes back to whatever's going on with Oba Femi. Not to say that's going to go all the way to. I really thought Oba and Trick would be a stand deliver kind of thing. But by stand deliver, you would want Trick to be ready to go up to the main roster. And again, I'm not trying to get into the prediction stuff and how I would work it, how I would run it down the road and kind of book it. We're going to talk about that on the Slammiversary prediction show. But it makes sense. It's a three-way, but I really, really think after how Mike was talking and how he talks all the time, his promos are fire. But if you want promo class, get Mike Santana in there to talk. That's half the reason why WWE wants him in there so bad. He's so great on that mic, man. He's so good at what he does. Also, obviously, amazing wrestler as well. He did amazing things with LAX. I had the opportunity to meet both of them a couple of years ago. But yeah, no, so awesome stuff. And obviously, Joe, a lot of people are saying that the shine is rubbing off of Joe Hendry. He's not the shiny new toy anymore. That's on Joe to keep going. Obviously, Joe had the catchy, has the turnaround, the face everywhere. Say his name and he appears. That's on Joe to keep that going and to keep it alive and use that to capitalize on that character moving forward. I think we all know it's a foregone conclusion. And once the contract is over up in TNA, Joe Hendry, it might end up in WWE. Sorry, weird time to pause. I apologize. Weird, maybe end up in WWE. The crowds definitely aren't popping the way they used to. They don't pop the way they used to on NXT. Now, I'm not saying this as a troll or a hater. I watch what I watch. I watch the product 7 days a week. I know what you're saying. There's not wrestling on 7 days a week, but I can't watch it all on certain nights. So I have to break it down and watch everything Monday through Sunday. Um, the crowds aren't the loudest. I just had a discussion. We were talking about SmackDown on the SmackDown Shakedown every Friday, 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Big Mike from the Running Podcast. We were breaking it down. We're talking about the Wyatts. If you watch SmackDown, if you're an honest wrestling fan, this isn't like tribalism at its best. This is if you watch the product and you can be awesome about it with yourself, with your friends, and people who are like-minded and want to have an honest conversation. The crowds are quiet. They're crickets, man. I'm getting like, oh, that's not the one. Oh man, I hit the wrong one. Like I'm getting crickets and crows everywhere, man. Like it's quiet as hell. For the Wyatts, and they're coming out. And Big Mike had a great point. If this team doesn't have Wyatt at the end of it, are these guys just coming out dressed up as animals, and are they even close to the tag division? In the top of the tag division? But I digress. That's a discussion for the SmackDown Shakedown. Definitely check it out. It's over on our X and on our YouTube as well. Um, but I liken that to Joe Hendry. The crowds are still there. All right. We're nowhere near them being quiet. They pop for it. They love it. They do the sway when he comes out, the clapping, the whole interactive thing. That's great. And now it's on Joe as the wrestler, as the character to keep it going. Because we all know you can be an entrance. You can be an entrance wrestler for a long time. But eventually that's going to run out. And as you as a wrestler, need to reinvent yourself. Jericho is the biggest deal. Like, obviously, AEW had 4 or 5 different personas. Very interactive entrances. Did a lot of stuff with the inner circle, right? A lot of singing along. The singing along is great. That comes with the territory when you have a good catchy song, right? But eventually, at the end of the day, what happened to Jericho? The learning tree. No one's popping for that anymore, bro. Like, it is what it is. That you have to be Chris Jericho. But I have to go down this whole road of other ex superstars. We're talking about Joe Hendry here. We're talking about Slammiversary, the main event on July 20th in Long Island. Mike Santana, Joe Hendry, and Trick Williams for the richest prize in TNA, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. This match, I said the three-way dance for the international title might bring down the house. This main event could possibly bring down the house as well as a 1-1A kind of best match of the night. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. And also, speaking of great, this week's episode of Impact was amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's only going to get better from here, man. I mean, the crowds are getting bigger. They're getting bigger venues. Bully Ray said it on Busted Open. He was talking about it. It's like it's tough because they're not being seen enough. So hopefully the deals are coming. Hopefully the TV deals imminent down the road, getting into the fall of 2025, maybe into 2026. Start getting this on a CWS kind of show. You know what I mean? On a sci-fi or something like that. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, again, awesome episode this week. Awesome stuff to talk about. Please hit me up in the comments. Let me know what your favorite part of this episode was. We'll do our best to respond after we're done. And talking about everything else going on in wrestling, man. If you watch TNA and you watch everything else, next weekend is a huge weekend. Just 7 days from today, from this Saturday, we have All In AEW. We have Saturday Main Event from WWE. We also have Great American Bash from NXT. And then following Sunday, we have Evolution, the groundbreaking pay per view. All women's pay per view makes its return in Atlanta. So hyped for that as well. And then, like I said, 7 days after that, we have Slammiversary over in Long Island, July 20th. So it's an action packed next 14 days on the creator front for all of us. So to catch all of our shows on Mondays, we have the Raw Rundown. Fridays, we have the SmackDown Shakedown. Obviously, Talkin TNA on Saturdays. Also, you can catch me exclusively over on bodyslam.net with the Chair Shot Sports Week in Wrestling. So please subscribe to their YouTube and X as well. But yeah, do the thing, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. You can catch us on X, on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram as well. So yeah, but anything else for any of you guys watching this, do me a favor. Hit the like button. You like the show. You like what we talk about. You like the content. It lets YouTube know, hey, man, throw this into the algorithm. It's cool stuff. Let's wrestling fans check it out. Obviously, it doesn't just help myself. It helps Big Mike, Bedrock over on the run-in, Jesse B at the lowdown, everything about AEW you want to know but are afraid to ask. Also, Mike and Tori over Kicking Out at 2, and our friend Vinny over at Suds and Square Circle. So, yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it's just the wrestling does not stop. The train doesn't stop because then after July 20th, we get right back on the highway, chilling down for the SummerSlam exit August 2nd and 3rd over at MetLife Stadium. Yours truly, Mr. Chair Shot Sports, John Anthony, will be in attendance night 2 at SummerSlam at MetLife. So pumped for that, man. You're going to see John Cena and Cody Rhodes main event to be amazing. But here's what all stuff, guys. Like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube, on our X, and our Twitter, and our Instagram. That being said, guys, I'm John Anthony.